Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So today is a little bit different because I want to have a story time instead of just giving my opinion about things in the entertainment industry. This one's different because I was actually there and I experienced it, and it's about Sandile. Shezi, kind of sure if I don't know, but I'll obviously have the picture so that you guys know. So I basically was interested as well in this forex thing, and I did my own research luckily. And so obviously these guys were on the rise, these forex traders, and these teachers. They teach you how to, they have these techniques. Hey, so um, the story goes, I was interested in this forex thing as well because it was on rise and people were talking about it and how you can make money from it. And I thought to myself, okay, let me try it out, because I have a little bit of cash that I would like to grow, Sana. Right. So okay, I was telling my boyfriend at the time about it, and actually he's the one who told me about Sandile shows and to actually go to that seminar. He he was like, let's go, Sana. I remember even like being in such a rush because I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know he was in town. So I was just like online, he was like, he wanted to actually do this and hear about it. And I just sent him a message about it, and I was like, now he's no longer my boyfriend, but I was telling him, I'm like, did you see the red flags? And then he's like, no, he's only seeing it now. And I'm like, he says that he's seeing it because of obviously the news and stuff like that. And when I saw it, I even had a feeling like in my intuition that this isn't the right way. But you know, we we I was listening to Jaguar where we kind of don't want to believe that we're spiritual beings. So I was looking for a logical, like a physical reason to not go forward, even though my intuition was like, nah, he's not the one. Do you understand what I mean? So yeah, he called me. He was like, yeah, he's coming. He's gonna do a seminar, and I remember he did it at the Protea Hotel in Waterfront here in Cape Town, and I was like almost late. I remember, I was like this close to being late because I don't even remember what I was doing that day, but I was able to go there, and we got in. So obviously now I'm speaking about it like in hindsight, and I'm gonna talk about the red flags that I saw. Now that I'm looking back, you know. So I remember getting in there, and I feel like now they chose the hotel for a reason because they wanted, the feel of opulence. I don't even know what opulence means, but I've heard it on top billing, and I'm associating it with luxury because of the context. Do you understand? I think they did that because they know like you're gonna feel like, okay, if you're in this location, it feels like money. You know what I mean? And another thing I remember when we got in, like the women who were going, there was the men and women who were helping us, but the women were very beautiful. They were curvy. Um, I feel like that also was for a reason because they probably wanted you to agree when she tells you, like when you obviously after the seminar they then come, you can then go to them and you can deposit cash, like, hey, before I even get into the story, it's like, huh, like right there they want you to deposit the money. Hey guys, it was full. That's another thing I realized, is that a lot of us, this saying in the Bible, that a lot of us are gonna are gonna perish because of ignorance and lack of knowledge. You know what I mean? And like they really know the power of the image, because they they also looked nice. They came in their very expensive clothes. I even could even, like, I'm not sure if it was Dolce and Gabbana, but I feel like the shoe that he was wearing that day was Dolce and Gabbana. So okay, so this is before I even sit down. Okay, so I noticed, first thing, the location, the ladies were beautiful. So another thing I am realizing now is that there was nothing that we were taught there about forex actually. Like, they just surface level, almost like give us a definition of what forex is, and that's what all they spoke about in terms of forex. But the rest felt like a motivational speech instead of them teaching us how to be financially, you know, stable and able and free. You know what I mean? Hi, son. They were just. Now I'm looking back. I'm like, this guy. Like, I remember. Hey, there was this Zimbabwean lady after they gave their speech, their motivational speech, because that's all it was. There was nothing they taught us about forex. They just were telling us how, obviously, they give us these ridiculous, ways to turn over money and and then after the speech, there's this Zimbabwean lady. Obviously, now that I look back, obviously she would agree to that if she's also not here legally, because they're willing to do anything, because maybe things are not that good back at home and they're not willing to go back. And also now this is the type of sacrifice or the type of front they have to have in order to survive here. So obviously, because they probably didn't have their papers right and they agreed to that, now that I look back, because they were standing there like, yeah, I, I bruh, I can hear she has a Zimbabwean accent, and she's saying that she was with them and now she was able to make a lot of money and buy herself a car. And I remember she had this key of a Mercedes car. She shows us this key. In my hand, I'm looking at her, and my intuition is saying, this is a beautiful house, but there's no furniture inside. There is no furniture inside, my love. This is not real. There's no point of this. What's the point of living in a house when there's no furniture? What are you gonna do then? There's no food, there's no clothes, there's no microwave, you don't know nothing. You're just an image. You look good on the outside, but inside there's nothing. I'm like, now that I look back, this lady was not real. They paid her to say that. Allegedly. Everything I'm saying is alleged. But according to what we've heard, Sandile is in court for fraud. For stealing people's monies. So clearly that feeling I had was not a lie. And it's the reason now I no longer doubt my intuition. I no longer even want a reason from it. If my intuition is saying no, I am listening. Sometimes it's hard because, like, things look real. They seem legit. But that's why they always say if it's too good to be true, it usually isn't. Do you understand what I mean? And that was very too good to be true in terms of how they were able to take monies and convert it double, triple, even. You know what I mean? Even more than that. They say they'll do it for you. They'll do it for you. You can send them money and they'll send it to you. P. Yini. Hey, abantu wena. are you willing to do the time? Like, unayo lo fridge nje uqalwe shushu. Unayo? You asked. Please. I I don't think I could do that. And the thing is, Vustemba has this, not Vustemba, man, Sandile has this Inaya, same energy, same energy. Say, I feel like they're the same people in terms of how I see them, but they have this, Model C, they dress in a suit, they speak smart, so you believe them. Kanti, scam, scam. I remember after we were done, I like they were already ready. They were like, because obviously the thing is that you can give them money so they can convert it for you. You know what I mean? And also you can pay them to teach you, but they're not really teaching anything, and it's ridiculous prices for the lessons. You know what I mean? Because obviously now they've built this brand, and you also believe it. They can charge these amounts, but as I'm saying this, I'm just thinking about how these people are profiting off of the fact that we believe the image instead of the truth, discerning, you know what I mean? Fact checking, even hearing, like there's always signs, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I just lost track. Let me see what my point is. Yes. So, I remember after we were done, and obviously he was like, you guys can deposit your money right now, or you can do it later. And then they gave us the details, and I remember I would say a quarter of that room went straight to those ladies, and those they were telling me like they helped me, and they were paying into these people's accounts to help them double or triple their money. I remember thinking to myself, I was looking at them like I was tempted too, like, yo, I the devil is the best finesse ever. I am telling you, he's the best finesse. The best, because he teaches his ages too. He has to be the best because we believe the image. Imagine how many lies the world has told us. But I'm like, I remember looking at them now. I'm tempted. Like, should I go? I'm like, I'm gonna think about it. And then we left. Both of us left. Didn't deposit anything. I don't even think I went through them, but I know I lost. I'm not sure. As I mentioned, I had three. The others, I never lost. The other two, there was one where I lost an amount. Because the other ones, I'd be like, I would put in 100, 1,000, then it comes back more, then it comes back less. Then you're like, nah, I'm not about to lose my amount, then you withdraw the amount you took. If it's plus, then it's plus, from the other accounts. And I would also do my own research, but even based on my own research, these people didn't teach us anything because I know like how to spot the graph, how to put don't stop pass, to prevent losses, how to these things that you do. They never mentioned any of these things. They never spoke about currencies. I don't remember that. It was just about pushing this image that yes, you can make your money, like more money, double your money overnight. So yeah, that's my story about Sandile, Shezi or Shozi. The lesson is that you must always listen to your intuition. You must always not ignore the signs, you know. Um, And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do let me know if you also had experiences with him. And yeah, but now things are turning. He's going to jail. I hope you enjoyed the video. Do like and subscribe, comment, and yeah, see you next time.